Hello, everyone, and welcome to the program. I'm Seun Okinbaloye in Lagos. Former military head of state, General Ibrahim Babangida, today released a statement. Well, his statement shares a lot in common with the one released by former President Olusegun Obasanjo some weeks ago. This too is long, but here is a summary. Under the subheading, Where We Are, the retired general advocated for digital leadership orientation. He said, and I quote, "In 2019 and beyond, we should come to a national consensus that we need new breed of leadership with requisite capacity to manage our diversities and jumpstart a process of launching the country on the superhighway of technology-driven leadership in line with the dynamics of modern governance. It is short of saying enough of this analog system. Let's give way for digital leadership orientation." The former military ruler shared thoughts, and he says we need to cooperate with President Muhammadu Buhari to complete his term of office on May 29th, 2019, and collectively prepare the way for new generation of leaders to assume the mantle of leadership of the country. He spoke about the growing insecurity in the country. He says, I quote, "The unchecked activities of the headsmen have continued to raise doubt on the capacity of this government to handle with dispatch security concerns that continue to threaten our dear nation." He also said he doesn't believe the APC means business. When the ruling party campaigned with the change mantra, I had thought they would devise new methods, provoke new initiatives, and provide new ways to addressing some of our developmental problems. By now, in line with her manifesto, one would have thought that the APC will give life to the idea of devolution of powers and tinker with processes that will strengthen and reform the various sectors of the economy. And here is what he prefers. Looking ahead, we must be unanimous in what we desire for our country: new generation of leadership, result-driven leadership, sound political foundation, demonetization of our politics, enhanced internal democracy, elimination of impunity in our politics, inclusiveness in decision-making, and promotion of citizens' participation in our democratic process. The search for that new breed leadership must start now as we prepare for 2019 election. And so, invariably, the former military head of state has added his voice to the third force idea. And here is how the main opposition party, the PDP, reacted to the statement. The People's Democratic Party said, the declaration by former President Ibrahim Babangida that President Muhammadu Buhari should not seek a re-election in 2019 is apt, and yet another pointer to the fact that Nigerians across divides have reached a consensus against President Buhari and his party, the All Progressives Congress. And of course, that is according to the People's Democratic Party. But while the earlier statement was going around, another one emerged, and it says the former head of state had unfettered channel of communication with the highest authorities without sensational public correspondence. Therefore, those views expressed in the earlier statement were personal views of the writer. The writer in question is Kasim Afegbua, who, after writing, has been referred to as a spokesperson of the former military head of state, Ibrahim Badamasi Babangida. He joins us from our Benin studio now to give insight and clarify some of these issues. Thank you so much, Mr. Afegbua, for your time on the program tonight. What exactly happened? Once you signed a statement about from the former head of state, and a few hours later, another one emerging from Mina, saying that we should disregard the one you signed. What happened? Do you have the authorization of the former head of state to release that statement?
Thank you, Seun. Well, I have been doing this job for about 14 years now, and I have never issued statement on behalf of former President Babangida, and you get a rebuter. I expected commitment from him, authorization before I issued the statement. It's been in process, but of course, IBB is for everyone. So people want to love him more than he loves himself. People want to appreciate him more than he appreciates himself. People want to play the role of IBB. So when this statement came on board, and when the people saw the twist, some of his friends saw the twist of the reportage by the social media, how they sensationalize it and all of that, taking away the kernel of the discussion, the kernel of the contents of the statement, they felt that we're just trying to put the former president on collusion course with the president presently. And so to that extent, they went and did a statement to deny that. But I've since spoken to him. He had called me to say that, well, that statement stands, and that the kernel of that statement should be what should inform public discourse,
Okay.
and not necessarily people personalizing it as if it were to be against the sitting president.
Okay, so if we can get clarity now, you are in Benin City where you released a statement today. The second statement that was released hours after yours is from Mina. And so do you have an idea of who wrote that one? Perhaps saying that signed by the former head of state himself.
I don't have an idea who wrote that one, but once I saw the description of referring to IBB as GCON, I knew that that could have emanated from him, because IBB is GCFR. That is one. Secondly, I arrived Benin City this afternoon, or this evening about 5 o'clock. I was in Abuja when I issued the statement, and after I did that, I had to catch my flight down to Benin to, engage in some other activities. So the statement stands, and I have so communicated to all the media houses that they should respect that statement as coming from IBB. Those are his thoughts. They didn't emanate from my head. We sat down, we articulated them, and we put them in perspective so that Nigerians can begin to interrogate the issues he raised in that statement. Perhaps you may want to know that IBB started New Breed politics in 1990, and so if he's saying that we should go back to New Breed politics of the early 90s, is corresponding with his line of thoughts, before now. So I wouldn't know why anybody would think that I would go and generate a statement without, extracting that authority from him.